Hello everybody, it's Stephen here for the Idiot Quilter, and it's that time of the year again. Yes, it's time for the Idiot Quilter 2026 Spring Retreat. And today in this video, I'm going to tell you all about the important details you need to know in order to enjoy the retreat fully. But before I do that, I want to also let you know that everything I'm about to say will be in the show notes below, so you can just cut and paste those if you wish into your word processor, and you'll have a copy of all the important information. Or you will also find a link to my Google Drive where I will have all of this as a PDF document for you to download. Okay, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so the Idiot Quilter Spring Retreat is going to be held on Saturday, April the 18th, 2026. That's coming up pretty soon. So, next slide. If we find our cursor, here we go. Okay, so registration, you do have to register for the retreat. The retreat is absolutely free, but in order to reserve your spot, you do need to register. And registration opens on Saturday, April the 4th, 2026 at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. That's my time zone. Please do not try to register before that date and time, because your registration will not be accepted at that point in time. I'm trying to keep this as fair as I can for everyone. And that's why it says, please do not try to register before this time and date. Now, the reason for that is, well, we'll come to that. So to reserve your spot, to do that, all you need to do is send me an email message. My email address is right there for you, between Saturday, April the 4th, 2026 and Sunday, April 13th, 2026. I need your full name, first and last, and the contact email address that you would like me to use, if it's different from the one you sent the registration information from. Now, why do I ask for your full real name, both first and last? Because that is what you will be known as in my registration list. This also avoids having anonymous individuals try to register. So please, it's a security issue. And yeah, just I need your real first and last name. Okay. Now, as I said, this is an absolutely free event. The registration is just to make sure I have a spot for you, because I only have about 90 to 95 spots. It is a Zoom event. It is not a YouTube live event. It's a Zoom event. And my license only allows me about 100 people. But I need to save some spots for myself, for Walter, and for my presenters. And we'll talk about the presenters in a moment. So I can only handle really about 95 people. So it usually fills up pretty fast. And if by chance all the spots are available, if all the spots fill up before you have an opportunity to register, I will establish a waiting list and add your name to it. Now, there is something called a blacklist, and this is the dark side of the retreat. And any of you that have been to one of my retreats before know what the blacklist is. If you do not notify me that you cannot attend before the day of the retreat, you will be added to this list, which means you may not be allowed to register for future Idiot Quilter retreats. So if something comes up, because life happens, and you now realize you won't be able to make the retreat, I ask you to tell me as soon as possible, to notify me by email as soon as possible about that, and then I can place someone who's on the waiting list into that spot. It's very unfair to not just show up when you've already taken a spot, because that means you've taken a spot that somebody else could have had. So please, this is a very important part of the process. The blacklist, don't be on it. Okay, so there's a bonus event with this as well. So once you have registered for the retreat, you will be invited on the Friday night before, which will be April the 17th, for a pre-retreat cocktail party that Walter and I will be hosting. You can join us at 7 p.m. Eastern Time with your favorite snacks and beverages and meet some of the other participants. We'll chat, we'll get to know each other a little bit better, maybe play a game or two, and so it is truly an icebreaker. Because I know there are some people that are a little shy about attending events like this. They may never have attended a retreat before, let alone a virtual retreat. And so I want everybody to feel really comfortable with the technology and with each other. Also, show us one of your favorite creations during the party. It's show off and share. And so don't be shy. Now you need to send that to me in advance, one picture of it. And I don't need you to write any explanation as to what it's all about. In fact, don't bother wasting your own time writing me a blurb about it. All I need is your first and last name and the picture, and I'd like it in JPEG format, please. And if you look at the bottom of this screen, because I've kind of jumped ahead a little bit, but I'll go back. If you want to be included, and there's no obligation to this, but if you'd like to be included in the show and share slide presentation, then you need to get that picture to me no later than Monday, April the 14th. That gives me time to put the slideshow together. Now, during the day of the retreat, we're going to have several presentations from some excellent presenters. I have arranged to have Maureen O'Connor of the Opinionated Quilter here. I have John from Art East Quilt Company coming. I have Ruth Roberts, who's a clinical psychologist. That is something new for a retreat, for those of you that have been here before. And she's going to talk about the link between being creative in your quilting and sewing and with your mental health as well. And of course, there will be the show and share session throughout the day, or the slide presentation of favorite creations, I should say. And periodically, I may pick on various individuals to show us what they're working on, if they wish to do that. Again, there is no obligation for any of these things. If you're not comfortable being on camera or being the center of attention on camera, then that is fine. I will not try to force the issue with you. Okay. There's also going to be some prizes. Yes, there will be several draws during the retreat for digital patterns and some special things. John of Art East Quilt Company is offering a couple of really great prizes as well, which is really nice of him to do that. So that is all there as well. Now, there will be a bit of a trick to this. You must be on camera, visual, when the draws happen. You will know about the draws because I will give you fair warning in case you need to go to the bathroom or something like that, so you won't miss out on the draw. But you need to be physically on screen when the draw happens. And speaking of being physically on screen, one of the requirements for this retreat is that you have a working camera and a working microphone. We need to be able to see you and hear you. And that again is a security issue as well. So we don't care what your sewing room looks like. We don't care what's behind you, but I do ask that your camera is on at all times. You can mute your microphone if you so desire. That's not a problem. In fact, I will be suggesting that you do mute your microphone, because if somebody walks into your workspace and doesn't realize you're live on camera, that could be somewhat disruptive, or you get a phone call or something like that. So yeah, those are two requirements: a working camera and a working microphone. Okay, so in the next few weeks before the retreat, I'll be sending out email updates and creating announcements on my YouTube channel. So please watch for these. But the other thing that's going to happen is you will be sent, once you are registered, I will send you another notification that confirms your registration, and also I will be sending you an agenda as well. So you'll know what's happening every moment of the day, when the presentations will be occurring, that kind of thing. Because I know that for some of you, you might have to pop out for a few minutes, and there may be some presentations you don't want to miss. So you will have all that information in advance. Now, if you have any questions, please email me, and there's my email address right there for you. So that's all there is to it. So again, important dates: Registration opens 9 a.m. April the 4th. And all you need to do is send me your first and your last name. And if your email address that you're sending that information from is different than the one you wish to be contacted at, then I'll need that as well. And then we have the icebreaker cocktail party on the Friday night before, which was April 17th, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And then the retreat itself on Saturday, April the 18th. You will get more information once you have registered about everything, but you can always email me if you have any questions. I think that's all I need to go over right now with this. So you will find all of what I've said in the show notes below, and you'll also find a link to a PDF document that you can download and have for your own record of all of this. It's going to be fun. It always is. So plan for it. Get yourself registered when registration opens, and just enjoy the day. And it's absolutely free. See you later.